and welcome back to another exciting episode of Happy Health. I hope you've been following our previous episodes and you guys are implementing all the useful benefits of all the good tips that our host is giving you, our guest is giving you. So we are back with another episode, the reminder from the last week about the intermittent fasting, because we got a lot of viewers feedback and we are following up with another episode. So welcome back, Monica. Monica is the diet point and she's going to give us more information today on intermittent fasting, right, Monica? Welcome back. So we got a lot of feedbacks. One of the questions a lot of people asked were, how many hours should, what is the ideal hour that the intermittent fasting should go on?
Okay, so ideal is how much you can manage. But if you go to see scientifically, at least 16 hours of fasting, because
Okay.
that is the time when your entire stomach is empty and your body starts repairing itself. As per the researchers, around 18 to 19 hours, your intestinal cells are started to be repaired. Okay, then maybe at around 20 hours, your other organs are started to repair. Now, initially, if you are a beginner, now for example, I can fast for 20 hours very easily, then the 21st, 22nd and 23rd hour starts becoming a little difficult. But there are people who fast for 48 hours as well, and
Oh
it's
my
very
God.
easy. If you are a beginner, start with 12 hours. So today at 8 p.m., if you stop eating,
Hmm.
take your first meal tomorrow at 8 a.m. and start increasing your hours. Make it 10, make it 12, and then slowly and steadily you should be ideally doing at least 16 hours of fasting, because that is the time the body starts repairing. Before that, of course, it is doing other things. But if you really want autophagy, which is like rejuvenating your cells inside,
Yeah.
that starts from the 16 hours of fast. So coming to how to do what to eat when you
Yeah.
open your fast. Now it depends on what is the duration of your fast. If you are fasting for 20 hours, then you eat whatever is
Hmm.
available. You can eat the maximum portion of rice you want to eat, the maximum portion of chicken or grilled. But if you think that by doing intermittent fasting for 20 hours, the first thing that you're going to give your body is biscuits or maybe cake or
Yeah.
donut or butter chicken, so that doesn't help. You would
Yeah.
be, at least on the scale also, you would be the same. And otherwise also you would feel very tired, because heavy
Mm.
meal would make you feel tired again, and then you
Oh,
want to eat again because your energy is down, so you want
yeah.
to eat again. And that is why for many people intermittent fasting, they are not able to do, or they are not able, they are not successful with it. Because
Hmm.
when you open your fast, you have to first give something that is healthier. For
Yes.
example, if I fasted for 20 hours and then I have my first thing I have is my cup of chai, then
Yeah.
I'm actually destroying all the acid base balance of my stomach, my intestine, and that. Definitely, all if you have no diabetes or any other issue, you can have a good portion of whatever you like. For example, if I fast for 20 hours, then thereafter I don't actually mind the portion of my rice. I don't look at the portion of my parathas. I don't look at it. And my body sustains the fast next 20 hours again, right? But if you are somebody who wants to lose weight, then
Yeah.
definitely you have to portion control. It
Yes.
should not be that in those 4 hours you're eating much more than what you would eat in those 24 hours.
Yeah.
Okay,
Then it doesn't benefit. Yes.
it doesn't benefit.
Hmm.
See, for example, if I require around 1500 calories and I take 2000 in those 4 hours, by eating everything that I can get, then it doesn't really matter whether you're fasting or you're not fasting.
Hmm.
So if you are somebody who really needs to improve your blood parameters, and if you really want to get down on your weight, then definitely calorie portion is important. But if you're somebody who is on ideal body weight and still doing fasting just for the health benefits,
Yeah.
then I would not say that you have to really stick to the calorie portion. You can go a little haywire that way.
Okay.
But again, by being haywire, I don't mean that you can open the packet and eat food.
Yeah.
Eat what is cooked at home.
Yeah.
Then you will not worry about the portion control really that way. But if you are on weight loss, then definitely do think about your calories, and that is how you lose weight. If you
Yes.
provide whatever you used to eat the same calories or much more than the calories, the body is again going to store the fat, and the fasting goes, there's
Yeah.
no point in
No
fasting.
use. Yes. True.
So 15 hours is the minimum. You can then shift to 17, 18, and 24 hours is fasting is not, and 1 hour of eating window is not uncommon. It is very common, and there are millions of people who are doing it that
Yeah.
way.
So I think for you suggest for beginners, have dinner early and have breakfast late, and slowly
Yes,
widen your
slowly
time, right?
widen the gap. Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Okay. That is really helpful. And like we were discussing, what are the additional benefits? There are a lot of health benefits. What are the additional benefits for the people who are trying to lose weight? What are the benefits of intermittent fasting?
If you're somebody who feels really fatigued and tired, you don't feel tired in intermittent fasting somehow. Okay, as I said last episode, that it really gives you a lot of energy because the body is not using energy in digestion. So if
Yes.
we, even if you don't want to lose weight, for example, I really don't require weight loss, but when I eat food, I'm not able to focus on work. Okay, or I feel, especially if I have my coffee with milk and sugar, okay, then I really feel tired after 2 3 hours somehow. Okay, but
Oh.
if I don't have anything, I'm
Hmm.
still more on the go that way. So for example, now today it is 8 o'clock, okay, and I had my last meal yesterday at 6:30.
Okay.
I'm all, yeah, so morning, no coffee, no tea, and your body adjusts to it. So
Wow.
I don't feel low as of now, or I don't feel that. And my fast will start. I'll open my fast by again somewhere around 2 or 3, and I'm all perfectly all fine. And this is how. If you feel very low in energy, check your hemoglobin, start intermittent fasting, and you should be all fine. The
Wow.
energy, you're
Mhm.
feeling low in energy because you're giving your body a lot of work to do. If you're somebody who has a sedentary lifestyle, like
Yeah.
you me, we are on the laptop
Office.
all
Yeah.
the time. It's not that we are walking in, then you really don't require so many
Okay. Another thing, is the health, benefits of a lot of people are using like cashew milk, almond milk, and they replace the regular milk with that. Is there any additional health benefits for the people who are doing intermittent fasting and who want to lose weight if they use this cashew milk or almond milk instead of regular whole milk?
For example, personally, cashew milk or almond milk or coconut milk, all are high calorie milks. Okay. Now the hype that that the milk is not good for us, and the reason is adulteration. But if you get pure milk, like what we call in India as desi gai ka milk, A1
Mhm.
milk,
Yeah.
A1 gai ka milk, then it is not harmful for your body. It is in fact low fat than your cashew milk and coconut milk. So
Yeah.
people going overdoing the cashew milk and coconut milk also should realize it is also high in fats, and it has to be again taken in portion. Coming
Okay.
to intermittent fasting and cashew milk and
Mhm.
coconut milk, um, you cannot have it during your fasting period. Okay,
Yes, of course.
people think that because it is more fat, they can have that milk in the coffee, but no, it has some amount of sugar. And the moment there is some amount of sugar in the body, insulin is released. When
Yeah.
insulin is released, you have to, you feel hungry, because if the insulin is released, you need to eat some carbohydrates to suffice
Yes.
your hunger, right?
Yes.
So little amount of sugar also will inside that release of insulin, and that is what we need to stop. So basically, in PCOD or thyroid, or majorly in PCOD and diabetes, insulin secretion should be controlled. If you keep giving almond milk or cashew milk thinking that it is high in fats, it will keep giving you insulin, and again the purpose of fasting is not really helpful. So if
Yeah.
you want to go for intermittent fasting, black coffee is the only thing that you can have, or black tea. Okay, now a lot of people are not able to have black coffee because it is bitter.
Hmm.
Okay, when especially we Indians are used to black
Welcome.
coffee
Yeah.
with milk and sugar that way. So for me, I think some 4 5 years ago, I think the South Indian filter coffees, I feel they
Yes.
are less bitter. They're somehow less bitter. Don't take the processed coffees. Take those
Hmm.
the South Indian filter coffees, which are less processed maybe, and that is they are less bitter. Now you could add not more than 4 to 5 grams of butter to it, because it is entirely fat, but milk has sugar and carbohydrates. So you could add around, say, this much cube of butter to your black coffee, and then you could have for your morning drink if you need it. But initially it is only, I think, for the first 1 month that you require something as a morning drink. Later on you would not require that also, because your body starts adjusting to the new
Mm-hmm.
pattern. So
Okay.
apart from black tea, black coffee, green tea, water, nothing else is allowed. No fruit, because it has sugar. No,
Yeah.
any kind of drink is not allowed that.
Okay. Okay. We discussed a lot of good benefits of intermittent fasting. Is there any kind of restrictions on intermittent fasting for the people who has health issues like cancer, diabetes? I know we discussed diabetes. How about cancer or those kind of illnesses? Should they follow this intermittent fasting?
See, basically, a cancer cell requires, simple sugar to grow.
Yeah.
And the moment you give a cancer patient glass of juice, you are helping the cancer cell grow,
Grow.
right? So you need to give only this, minimum amount of food, not minimum, but I would say balanced, very well balanced food, so that the person is not compromised in terms of nutrition, but
Yeah.
is not giving so much access to the body, where the cancer cell will grow equally.
Okay. So you are saying it's beneficial then. The intermittent fasting can be beneficial under doctors' orders, probably.
100% beneficial. There
Okay.
are so many researches on different cancer cells and intermittent fasting. And intermittent fasting will prohibit the growth of tumors. Okay,
Okay.
because the body is on fast for a long period of time. As soon as you give something healthy, the body utilizes it for its own purposes. So
Good.
there is no really extra food or carbohydrate for the cancer cells. So
Okay.
generally our thoughts on, if a person is having is suffering from cancer, giving them glass of juice, or giving them protein powders with a lot of carbohydrates, giving them extra food because they are losing weight.
Yeah.
Extra food would be actually your good amount of protein, lean fish, lean chicken, lean sprouts, tofu, those things, and dals and pulses, and not carbohydrates. The more carbohydrates you provide the body has to either store it, or it helps something to grow.
Grow. Yeah.
Yeah. So cancer is definitely not, after you have the cancer, it is definitely controllable. But
Okay.
to prevent it, you should do intermittent fasting much before, and it is very easier to do. Okay.
Okay.
And things like, of course, beetroot juice, things like a whole lot of grains, whole grains, and not packed food. Definitely, all these things will help during the cancer process, and will definitely, along with the treatment, will
Okay.
delay. The only thing that you have to keep in mind is any person with cancer actually may lose a lot of protein and a
Mm-hmm.
lot of muscle mass. So that has to be prevented, and therefore they require much more calculation during doing
Yeah.
intermittent fasting, because they have a lot of chemotherapy sessions to pay attention to. For a normal individual like you and me, you can start anytime. But for diabetes, for cancers, they should follow our dietitian's advice with that.
And does that same goes with like pregnant women, breastfeeding, moms, new moms? Does that apply to them as well? That follow it with the doctor's advice?
So for pregnant women, it is not advisable. When our grandfathers or our grandmothers used to fast on Navratri, they
Yeah.
would not eat, sabudana khichdi.
Yes.
They would eat one meal. Okay,
Yes.
but for pregnant women, they allowed tea for,
Yeah.
and they allowed fruits and that
Your
thing.
exception. Yeah.
Same concept, yeah. So the same concept for here as well.
Okay.
Breastfeeding women can do intermittent fasting. The concept that, if you eat less, you are not able to breastfeed enough to the child is wrong. So
Okay.
breastfeeding will require much more water.
Okay.
and healthy meal, but they can definitely go for intermittent fasting. And pregnant women should not go for
Follow
intermittent.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Monica. I hope our viewers will benefit from all this useful information and everyone will use this information to implement in their life and have a healthy lifestyle. And thank you to all our viewers, and thank you, Monica, for being part of this exciting episode. We will see you next week with another topic and in another exciting episode of Happy Health. Stay tuned and see you next week. Thank you very much. Thank you, Monica.